The internet is on fire right now with a leak so devastating it has ripped Harlem's golden couple straight down the middle. Chrissy's darkest past, the one she swore would never see daylight, has been blasted wide open by none other. Then Camron and Jim Jones didn't scream, didn't argue, didn't even clap back. He left, silent, no explanation, no goodbye. Just a 20-year relationship turned to ashes in seconds. We're talking about the kind of footage that makes you sit up in the middle of the night sweating. Candlelight whispers, grainy video. A confession so raw it sounds like the final scene of a soap opera. Except this ain't scripted, it's Harlem reality, that is uglier than any love and hip-hop storyline ever dared to be. This is betrayal. Caught in 4K's messy little cousin. Not crystal clear, but clear enough to destroy reputations forever. A clip where Chrissy allegedly admits feelings she should never have had for the man Jim once called his brother. Cam didn't just drop receipts, he nuked an empire, and the fallout. It's catastrophic. Jim Jones walking out in silence wasn't just heartbreak. It was a funeral for everything we thought this couple stood for. But here's the kicker. Insiders are whispering this leak is only the beginning. There's more footage, more secrets. If it all drops, careers won't just be damaged, they'll be finished. Stay right here, because what's coming next will shake the culture forever. The night Harlem thought was just another ordinary scroll through social media turned into a funeral for Chrissy and Jim's entire legacy. The streets weren't ready. Nobody was. Because when Camron pressed upload, he didn't just drop some petty shade. He dropped a cultural nuke. A grainy, candlelit video that showed Chrissy in a moment so intimate, so damning. The internet stopped breathing at first glance. The clip looked like some forgotten VHS tape from the early 2000s. Blurry, dim, low quality. But what it lacked in pixels, it delivered in devastation. Chrissy's voice could be heard crystal clear, whispering words that no fiancé should ever be caught saying. I know this is wrong, but you always made me feel safe. And then, a man off camera, Camron himself. The former brother-in-arms of Jim Jones murmured back, "That's because you were never safe with him." Those words hit harder than any diss track Dipset ever recorded. Insiders swear the footage is over a decade old. From a Dipset after-party in Miami, long before Chrissy dropped to one knee on national TV and begged Jim for a proposal. That means Chrissy allegedly carried the secret for years, building her ride-or-die image on a foundation of lies. And Jim? He watched it in silence. He didn't throw a fit. He didn't call out Cam. He simply stood up from a private dinner the night the leak surfaced, left his phone on the table, and walked out of Chrissy's life like 2 decades of history meant nothing. But if you think that's dramatic, buckle up, because this isn't just about betrayal. This is about receipts carefully saved and weaponized. Sources close to Cam, friends of friends. Former crew members claim he held onto this clip like a ticking time bomb, waiting for the perfect moment to light the fuse. And the timing couldn't be more cruel. Jim was allegedly days away from proposing again. Yes, after years of dragging his feet. The man who said he didn't need paperwork to prove love had finally bought a Harlem-cut diamond, hired a rooftop chef, and planned a private proposal. That ring never left the box. Instead, fans flooded social media with one savage meme after another. Chrissy waited 20 years for a ring and got exposed in 20 seconds. From Love and Hip Hop to Love and Hip Flop. Twitter, TikTok, Reddit, every platform turned into a CSI lab, zooming in, enhancing, replaying, matching tattoos. Analyzing lip movements like it was the Zapruder film. One fan even slowed the audio to prove Chrissy laughed right after Cam whispered back. The laughter, they argued, was proof this wasn't a setup. This was real. And then came the celebrity pylon. Yandy Smith threw gasoline on the fire with a slick tweet. Some of y'all really be loyal to the wrong ones. Tamar Braxton couldn't resist either, dropping a shady eye emoji followed by, "Woo, chilly. Even Mama Jones, the queen of Harlem Shade herself, went live on Facebook and detonated the ultimate bomb. I told my son from day one, that woman's loyalty was for TV, not for life. Fans didn't need more proof. Mama Jones just stamped the leak with her seal of approval. But it didn't stop there. Gossip blogs uncovered an old DM from Cam's alleged burner account dated months before the leak. The message read, "What? If I told you Jim's girl was never just his?" At the time, people laughed it off as Cam being messy. Now, it's gospel. The internet crowned the clip the candlelight tape, and within hours it had more views than some Love and Hip Hop episodes. Chrissy, meanwhile, vanished. Sources claim she'll hold up in a Hamptons rental. It's crying nonstop, refusing to answer calls. Her glam squad dismissed. Her brand partnerships ghosting her like she never existed. One insider even claimed she smashed her phone against the wall. After rewatching the video, muttering, he was never supposed to see that. That single line. It changes everything. It means she knew the footage existed. It means this wasn't just some random setup. This was a ghost from her past finally, catching up with her and Jim. The silence is louder than any rant could be. A blurry paparazzi shot showed him walking into a Soho hotel looking exhausted. Hoodie up, AirPods in, ignoring everyone around him. No statement, no denial. Just silence that screams betrayal. Fans are calling it the breakup without words. A 20-year saga ended by 20 seconds of video. But here's where things turn from scandal to nightmare. Cam hinted this wasn't the only footage. During an Instagram Live, sipping wine with a smug grin, he told his viewers, "Y'all wanted closure? Say less." He then flashed a folder labeled thelaststraw.pdf. He didn't open it, didn't reveal what was inside, but he didn't have to. The threat was clear. If this first clip could destroy Chrissy's reputation, what else is he holding? An anonymous Love and Hip Hop production assistant leaked an even scarier warning to a gossip blogger. There's more footage. She knows it. If that's true, this isn't just the beginning of a scandal, it's a countdown to total destruction. What else could be on those tapes? Intimate conversations? More secret meetings? Or worse, something that could permanently end Chrissy's credibility, her image, and her long-fought reality TV career. The internet is buzzing with theories. But one thing is undeniable. Harlem's most famous couple is crumbling before our eyes. And if Cam decides to drop more, the fallout won't just hit Chrissy. It'll drag Jim, Dipset, and maybe even other names into the fire. Because this wasn't just a betrayal caught on camera. This was a betrayal carefully preserved and released, at the exact moment to inflict maximum pain. And now everyone is waiting for the next shoe to drop. The only question left is whose career will it crush next? Just when fans thought the scandal couldn't sink deeper, the internet served another round of shockwaves. Hours after the candlelight tape hijacked social media, leaked screenshots began to circulate, alleged text messages between Chrissy and Cam that painted an even uglier picture. One screenshot showed Chrissy writing, "You don't know what it's like living with someone who shuts you out every night. You don't know how lonely I felt." Cam's alleged reply, "I always knew you'd come back to me." The internet froze. If real, these weren't just drunken late night confessions. These were receipts proving a secret emotional affair simmered for years. The betrayal wasn't just physical, it was spiritual. And Jim was the collateral damage. Twitter went nuclear. Hashtags like hashtag Chrissy exposed and hashtag justice for Jim trended for 48 hours straight. Fan accounts started connecting dots, resurfacing old Love and Hip Hop clips where Chrissy looked distant or defensive whenever Cam's name came up. A particularly viral clip from season 2 where Jim confronted Chrissy about her priorities is now being dissected as proof she was living a double life. Memes flooded the timeline. Chrissy crying on one side, Cam smirking on the other, with captions like, "When the streets never forget, never forget." But the true earthquake came when an anonymous gossip blog posted an audio file, allegedly a leaked voicemail Chrissy left for Cam years ago. In the clip, her voice trembles. "I know I shouldn't be calling, but you were always the one that listened. Jim never understood me the way you did." The heartbreak in her tone was undeniable, but so was the betrayal. Fans listened, replayed, analyzed, and dissected the voicemail like it was the smoking gun of Harlem heartbreak. And for Jim, it must have been a dagger through the soul. Insiders claim Jim smashed a bottle during a private studio session after hearing the leak. One eyewitness swears, he screamed, "She made me a fool in front of the world," before storming out. Since then, no one has seen him recording. No bars, no new music. Just silence, and silence has never felt this loud. Meanwhile, Chrissy's world spiraled further into chaos. One source close to her glam team revealed she suffered a breakdown during a hair-fitting session. According to the source, Chrissy collapsed in tears, whispering, "He was supposed to be my forever." That clip of her crying was allegedly recorded and secretly sent to blogs by a disgruntled stylist, igniting another viral storm. Fans debated whether her tears were real or crocodile tears, sympathy versus skepticism. Clashing in the digital arena, and then Mama Jones struck again. During another Facebook Live, Jim's mother spat venom. "That woman's been fooling y'all for years. Ain't no real love in her heart. It's been dollar signs and camera time." Fans went wild, crowning Mama Jones the unofficial judge, jury, and executioner of Chrissy's reputation. Comments poured in. "Mama Jones been new. She tried to warn us. Chrissy can't recover from this." But the chaos didn't stop with family shade. Other celebrities jumped in, fanning the flames. Remy Ma dropped a cryptic Instagram caption, "A snake in your circle will always reveal itself." Cardi B went on IG Live and told her millions of followers, "Y'all better stop putting these reality TV relationships on a pedestal. Half the time, it's smoke and mirrors." Even 50 Cent, never one to miss an opportunity, reposted the candlelight tape with the caption, "Damn Chrissy, not you too." And then came the biggest twist, yet Cam decided to double down. During a late-night Instagram Live, he played snippets of another blurred clip, this one showing Chrissy in a hotel lobby, laughing with an unidentified man. The camera angle was from security footage, grainy but clear enough to send the internet into another frenzy. The man's identity became the internet's newest obsession. Reddit threads swarmed with theories. Was it a music exec, an old Dipset affiliate, or even a close family friend? Cam didn't name him. He didn't have to. The damage was already multiplying. An anonymous source, allegedly from the Love and Hip Hop production crew, dropped yet another bomb. There are at least 3 more tapes, and she knows it. That chilling statement spread like wildfire, sparking speculation about what those tapes could possibly contain. Fans speculated everything from Chrissy badmouthing Jim on set to more intimate moments with Camron, even other men behind the scenes. Chrissy was reportedly spiraling into paranoia. A close friend leaked to a blog that she destroyed her backup hard drives, fearing more old footage could resurface. Another insider claimed she called a lawyer to try and block further leaks, but because the footage was so old and Cam allegedly owned it, there was little she could do. Meanwhile, Jim's silence was weaponized by fans as proof of heartbreak. One paparazzi shot of him looking disheveled in a hoodie became the new heartbroken meme template across Twitter. Fans wrote captions like, "When you give 20 years and she gives 20 seconds to your ops." Others called him the Harlem ghost, pointing to his total disappearance from interviews and shows. The silence hurt more than words ever could. But just when everyone thought the fire was burning out, a new insider leak reignited everything. A voice note, allegedly sent by Chrissy to a private friend, was leaked online. In it, she says, "If he drops the rest, it's over. Not just with Jim, with everything." Those words set the internet ablaze. What did everything mean? Was she hinting at deeper secrets? Maybe tied to finances, hidden relationships, or even the very foundation of her love and hip-hop career? Suddenly, the Candlelight tape wasn't just about infidelity, was about an empire built on smoke.blogs, started publishing exposés about Chrissy's alleged shady business moves. From unpaid stylists to soured brand deals. Brands that once flaunted her as a Harlem queen quietly scrubbed her photos from websites. Her skincare endorsement deal paused indefinitely. A hairline collaboration announced just weeks ago, quietly canceled. The internet consensus was brutal. Chrissy had gone from ride-or-die legend to Harlem's biggest liability overnight. And Cam, he reveled in it. He posted a smug selfie with the caption, "Receipts age better than wine." The comments exploded. Some fans praised his pettiness, others accused him of being evil. But everyone agreed he had Harlem by the throat. And the scariest part? He kept hinting he wasn't done. The Dipset circle itself seemed divided. Old affiliates started taking sides. Joel Santana reposted a meme shading Chrissy. Freaky Zeke commented under Cam's post with laughing emojis. Meanwhile, quiet whispers suggest some of Jim's closest allies are pressuring him to respond, with music to turn his heartbreak into bars. But insiders claim Jim isn't ready. His silence isn't just heartbreak hits retreat, and if you thought the betrayal was bad, brace yourself because the cliffhanger is worse. A new rumor spread like wildfire across blogs. Cam allegedly has one final video. A recording where Chrissy admits on camera that Jim was never enough for her. If this tape exists, it won't just break Chrissy Atoll, erase her legacy. The storm should have ended by now. Any other scandal would have burned out after a week, replaced by fresher gossip. But not this one, because just when Harlem thought it had seen the worst, Cam dropped a nuclear hint that blew everything wide open. Y'all think you saw something? That was light work? The real tape. That's the one that'll make y'all look at her different forever. Within minutes, the internet was in chaos again. What real tape? Was there truly something more explosive than the Candlelight clip? Bloggers scrambled. Reddit detectives went into overdrive. Twitter lit up like a wildfire. Theories spread like gasoline. Some claimed it showed Chrissy confessing to an affair that lasted years. Others swore it revealed financial fraud, and a few whispered something darker, that the tape didn't just involve Cam, but another man entirely. And then came the screenshot that nearly broke the internet. An anonymous account posted what appeared to be a still frame from the unreleased footage. Chrissy seated in a velvet chair, glass of wine in hand, her lips parted as if mid-confession. The caption across the image read, "He was never enough for me." No video, just the frozen frame, but it was enough to send shockwaves. Fans lost their minds. Authentic? This was confirmation that Chrissy had not only betrayed Jim physically, but emotionally and publicly. Meanwhile, Jim's silence deepened. Paparazzi spotted him again, this time in Miami, walking with a hood pulled low, surrounded by security, refusing to answer a single question. Insiders whispered he'd canceled 3 shows and walked away from a high-profile brand deal. One promoter claimed Jim told him bluntly, "I can't be outside right now." His entire public life had come to a screeching halt. But Chrissy, she wasn't just spiraling, she was unraveling. Multiple sources leaked that she'd been calling Cam relentlessly, begging him not to drop the final tape. One alleged DM between them went viral. "Cam, I'll do anything. Please don't do this." Cam's rumored response, "Should have thought about that years ago." The cruelty was surgical, and fans devoured every pixel of it. Then, out of nowhere, Love and hip-hop producers got dragged into the fire. A whistleblower leaked that the show's team had known about Chrissy's dark past for years, but kept it buried to protect ratings. Allegedly, footage had been edited out of earlier seasons, showing tense moments between Chrissy and Cam. Moments that now made chilling sense. The accusation was clear. This wasn't just Chrissy's scandal, this was a cover-up spanning a decade of television. And that's when Mama Jones returned with her most brutal strike yet. During another unfiltered Facebook Live, she declared, "I told Jimmy the truth was going to come out one day. She played my son for fame. She played this whole city. Now the streets know." Her words went viral instantly. Comments poured in, half agreeing, half calling her petty, but nobody could deny it. Mama Jones had become the face of Chrissy's downfall. But the biggest twist? It wasn't Cam, it wasn't Mama Jones. It wasn't even Jim. It was a shocking third player stepping into the spotlight. An old Dipset affiliate who claimed he had the final tape. Not Cam, he went live, flashing a dusty camcorder tape labeled 2009 Miami. The internet lost its mind. Was this it? Was this the legendary footage? He refused to play it fully, but teased 10 seconds of muffled voices and laughter that fans swore matched Chrissy's tone. The countdown to the apocalypse had officially begun. Suddenly, every celebrity had something to say. Cardi B tweeted, "These Harlem scandals crazier than the Bronx." Remy Ma posted a cryptic photo of herself sipping tea with the caption, "Loyalty over everything." Even 50 Cent returned to poke fun, writing, "Somebody give Jimmy a hug, man." The industry wasn't just watching neat, was piling on. But for Chrissy, the walls were closing in. A close friend leaked that she had smashed 2 more phones, fired her assistant, and was holed up in a Hamptons mansion, sobbing, saying, "If that tape drops, I'm done." Another leak claimed she was considering leaving the country altogether. To escape the backlash, fans debated. Was she running from guilt or running from a setup? And Jim, his silence became mythic. Memes crowned him the Harlem ghost, photoshopping him into shadows. Captions reading, "Can't speak if you're broken." But insiders insisted the silence wasn't weakness, it was strategy. Allegedly, Jim was in talks with his team to drop a brutal diss track aimed at both Cam and Chrissy, a record that would air out decades of beef and heartbreak in 3 minutes flat. If true, Harlem wasn't just facing scandal, it was about to face war. The cliffhanger came at 3 a.m. on a random Tuesday when Cam posted a grainy picture of a VHS tape labeled "The Last Straw." His caption, "Y'all ready?" Nothing else. Just that. The internet exploded. Blogs froze. Fans screamed. Was he bluffing? Or was this truly the end of Chrissy's empire? By sunrise, Harlem wasn't sleeping. Everyone was refreshing feeds, waiting for the drop. Chrissy's world was dangling by a thread. Jim's silence had become a weapon. And Cam's pettiness had become Harlem's entertainment. One final tape, one final secret, and one final betrayal could obliterate everything. And if it drops, baby, Harlem may never recover. And there you have it, one of the most explosive scandals Harlem has ever seen unravel right before our eyes. Chrissy's dark past dragged out into the light. Camron turning into the ultimate puppet master. Jim Jones walking away in total silence. And Mama Jones screaming, "I told you so," louder than anyone else. But here's the thing, this story isn't over. That mysterious VHS labeled "The Last Straw" is still out there. And if Cam really drops it, we're talking about the kind of footage that could permanently destroy Chrissy's reputation, Jim's peace, and even shatter the Dipset legacy as we know it. So let me ask you this, are you ready for the next bombshell? Because once this tape drops, you'll either say you saw it coming, or you'll be left completely speechless. And trust me, you do not want to be the one who finds out late, scrolling through someone else's feed after the internet's already exploded. If you don't hit that subscribe button right now, you're going to miss the moment Harlem's biggest secret goes public. If you don't like this video, it's like you're saying you're okay with being left in the dark while everyone else is watching the chaos unfold live. And if you don't comment, you're letting other people control the narrative while your voice gets drowned out. Don't play catch up when the next leak drops. Lock in with us right now, like the video, Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit subscribe and turn that bell on because when the final tape hits, you're going to want to be right here with us as the truth finally burns down everything.